What's up, my friends? We are checking out the Rocket Mortgage Classic over there in Detroit, Michigan, and I think we're going to make a lot of money together. We had 3 separate $12,500 wins this past weekend in NASCAR. Whoop, whoop, let's go. That was really nerdy. Those 12.5K victories was a 3-way split for first place in the $12 on DraftKings. On my right, you can see the photos. Wild. I never see anything like it. I took down the $2 donut cup. You better believe it. DFS and Donuts owning his turf. Down below in the description section, free stuff as usual, baby. Giving away all our PGA content. It is all the initial projections and initial pools. The final player pools and projections. Those will be kept for our Legends members and for our Psychopath tier, which goes live on Wednesday. Already has nearly 100 subscriptions on it. Massive new offerings. Some really cool new sheets. And we're going to do some stuff like lineup building blocks. We have a new rating system, which we're going to talk about. A lot of cool stuff going on. The riser ratings are what actually won a lot of people money this weekend. And I had a few others reach out and say, yo, I just threw your projections in Fantasy Cruncher and I took down the mini max. We had 2 people split for the mini max. Wild. Just riser fall smash time this past Sunday. And it was a fun weekend of NASCAR. 4 races. Let's start off with some PGA to kick off our week. Anybody who signs up on Monday night or Tuesday, I'm going to refund you. So you have a day or 2-day trial with us. And on Wednesday, your normal fee, the normal billing cycle will kick in. Let's get to work. We have identified the 5 most important statistics for today's, Thursday's contests. And we are looking at strokes gained on approach, birdie or better, par 4 scoring at 450 to 500 yards, strokes gained on putting, and strokes gained off the tee. Now, when we do this, I've talked about this in the past. I've highlighted them, gave them a yellow shade, so you basically are just going to sort this, and this has been working well, and we're going to try to tighten up our player pool this week now that we're starting to get the hang of this. And when we head into Fantasy Cruncher, I will make a Fantasy Cruncher video Tuesday morning before my kiddos go ham in the morning and go bonkers on me. So I'll have that video out nice and early Tuesday, give you a leg up on the competition. Wednesday, or even Tuesday afternoon, I'll have the single entry video, and you guys should be ready to rock and roll with our projections, our extra cheat sheets, my videos, and the only thing you'll be missing is the coaching. So we're going to go to putting, and you're going to sort it, and you're going to grab anybody who initially checks off all the boxes or is in the top, let's say 30 or 40 of the field. That'd be a little more than a third of the field. And you're going to have someone like Tyrell Hatton who checks off literally all 5 of our favorite, most important statistics we're looking at this weekend. And oh my gosh, you better believe that makes them a riser for the weekend, a confidence pick. And of course, if they're a confidence pick, they're a cash game play at 10.7K. We'll get back to this if he ends up being a core or a cash play. Again, it's Monday night. I'll figure this out as we go. All right, so I look at the next golfer, Andrew Putnam. Well, look, great on strokes gained on the putt. Let's see. Well, on the approach and off the tee, brutal. So his putting's great, but that's about it. And the par 4 is bad, birdie or better, bad. So no, he doesn't make the list. That's how you're going to do. You go down, grab like the top 7 or 8 guys at each category, and then narrow your pool down. You can use course history, recent form, things like that if you'd like. So we're looking at Patrick Reed. Looks like he checks off all the boxes. He's going to go in the riser ratings, the riser rank. And it looks like last time he played on this course, took 5th place. Okay. That's also a category I will sort later in the day. I'll kind of see who finished where last time that they played here. And you can grab people like Doc Redman, who just is going bonkers these last 2 weeks, coming back, placing 21st and 11th. I love it. All right, so we're going down the putting list. We're looking for other targets. Kevin Na, welcome back. And let's see, who else can we get here? Strokes gained on approach, 159. That's brutal. Okay, so a guy like Poston might not make the risers rating, but right? Okay, he's top 40 in virtually everything else, so maybe he starts off in MME. Will he stay there? I don't know. That remains to be seen, but we're still going down our player list. We're trying to identify players that we think have a solid option to return solid value. They check off a lot of boxes. Webb Simpson, plus 1,200 Vegas odds. That has to be one of the the top 3 or 4 on the weekend. On top of that, he checks out. He's number 1 in birdie or better. Par 4 rankings, he's first. Off the tee, 114, not great. 4th on approach, 13th in putting. Add him in there. Webb Simpson, baby. I'm going to make him a riser in an MME option. And, of course, he likely, with all of this juice here in so many different spots, including our projections. By the way, these projections are like, Mitch, these are super high. Well, you know what I do that the industry doesn't? I don't play it safe with projections. These are weighted projections. My team of wizards that helps put these together. Weighted projections are the way to win tournaments. As we just saw this past weekend on DraftKings, my members and myself won everything. We had so many tournament wins in NASCAR on Sunday with the weighted projections. That's how you take down tournaments. What a weighted projection basically means is the people at the high end of the list, they'll be so highly projected compared to the people at the bottom of the list that you have a massive discrepancy in the players. You will also have a discrepancy that would look like this. So my top player, Bryson DeChambeau, has 111.9. And look, we are 10, 12 golfers down, and we have somebody who's at 84.6, right? We have 27-point differential from your first place projection to the 12th place projection. Now, I challenge you to go around the industry and see if you find any other source that has a projection differential that's going to be 27 points from 1st through 12th. We're talking an 11-player difference. That's called a weighted projection. That allows your projections to jam in a solid core when you upload these into Fantasy Cruncher and you make your lineups. The weighted projections is the way to go. Now, here's why the industry doesn't do this. Because they want to protect their user base. They don't want people to have this type of projection and then end up getting crushed if the projections don't work. Listen, that's not... Here's where the problem is to me. People who are signing up for those sites are trying to win tournaments, and they're paying, hoping that they can win tournaments based off their projections, right? Well, inherently, you don't have a great probability of doing so, or at least a lower probability, because you don't have the proper projection set. And man, this one gets me fired up because, you know, the companies, I get it, and, you know, maybe it's because they have thousands of members, so they really don't want to lose their membership. They're trying to watch the bottom dollar line. I don't care. My membership is so cheap that my goal is to provide just the best possible way for you to win a tournament. And I'm hoping that my honesty in how we do things is why you stay around. The community that Rise or Fall has built, where 26,000 messages have been sent in our Discord, I'm hoping that is what keeps you around. And I really feel like the industry needs a change, and I hope that I can help be the change I want to see, truly, and offer, you know, honest advice with quality content, and do it at an affordable price. All right, so we grabbed a few there. Let's go over to strokes gained on approach. All right, so Hideki looks great. The only thing he does not look great here is strokes gained on putting at 203. Everything else looks pretty darn solid, but that's very important. So we're going to make him maybe a riser for now, and we'll come back to that. Plus 1,400 odds, not too shabby. All right, so basically, we're going to go down this list. We're going to grab a few more people here. I'm not seeing too many of them really popping off the page here that are checking off too many from this category. So we will go over to off the tee, and we're looking at golfers that kind of check off 4, hopefully 5 of the boxes. Scotty Scheffler looks solid. Okay, not bad. Let's add him in there. Put him in the riser category. Victor Hovland looks pretty solid as well. Sanjay, you know, he looks good, but ain't doing it for me right now. That price tag, 9.8K, man. He was 8, I think 8-1 and then like 8-5, and that's a $1,300 price jump. I don't really like playing players who are getting a massive jump. That's never a very good feeling. Here's Doc Redman. We'll add him for sure. All right, slide over. Let's go rank on par 4s, and let's see if we've really missed anybody who jumps off the page. Harris English, looking solid, buddy. I like the price tag, 8.9. Adam Hadwin, we'll throw him in MME column. Bubba Watson, MME. These guys aren't risers. They don't check off enough boxes. Doesn't do it. All right, look at birdie or better. So we're up to probably, what, 15 or so players? Huh, that's an interesting one. All right, so I'm going down the list. I'm just adding few more golfers here. I don't want to miss out. All right, let's scroll over to this now. So I feel like I have the golfers I want. I have started off with 9 risers. First look, not bad. We'll go back to course history here, and we're grabbing a couple people who have done well and look to check off, a good amount of green here. So, my friends, that's about it. Okay, so now I want to go over to the projections, and now I'm adding a pool based on what are the projections showing? Who are they showing is the very best? Just actually finished these sheets, so I'm looking at them live with you for the first time, to be honest. So who are the players who are giving me the best projections, and why is their value so high? And then I'll go look into this later, and if I have to update some of these based on certain things, then I will update these projections. But again, you gotta be signed up if you want all the updated projections in player pool. All right, so we have a little bit of a player pool here, and the other thing I'd want to do next is kind of go look at the Vegas odds and see if there's anybody who I've missed that I shouldn't have missed having the pool. When you set up your fancy cruncher groups, that's when you really start to differentiate who's going to end up showing up in your actual crunches, in your actual 150 max or 20 max. And I think that, you can have a sizable pool and feel comfortable going into crunches. I think I had 39 golfers last week, and only 26 or 28 of them ended up getting used because of the way I set up my groups, where I said, well, I want 4 out of every 6 golfers in my lineup to be from my risers section. So you can do things like that. That's not a problem. All right, let's take a peek at the new sheet. I want to look at this. We'll talk about this, and then I'm going to get out of here. Go be a husband. Make my wifey happy. Okay, so this is one of these Psychopaths exclusive sheets. So what we've done here is put up the odds rankings next to the salary rankings. And what this will show is if there's any discrepancies. Now, the salaries on DraftKings and FanDuel should often show a very similar correlation, where if they have the second highest odds, they're likely going to be the second highest priced golfer. What we're looking for here are discrepancies where the odds show somebody like, let's see, is there a higher one? Siwoo Kim right here, 26th in odds rankings, but only 37th in pricing. So salary versus odds, you have some big discrepancies here. Oh man, even better. Matthew Wolff, 19-point differential. So you can find some players sometimes who I think will end up giving you potentially a slight edge in a 150 max tournament, and that's how we'll use this. This also has the riser ratings. This is what a lot of people were using this weekend when they won, all those NASCAR races. And we talked about a couple of these guys: Doc Redman, Rory Sabatini, JT Poston was in there, Patrick Reed, Hideki Matsuyama. These guys were all risers, right? So they're showing up as riser rating, and I'm seeing this for the first time live right now. This is pretty cool to me to see some of the players that we saw pop initially when we were doing our research are showing up in the riser ratings too. So another thing you can do when you are making your player pool, if you are a Psychopath tier, you can use this to be another factor. I would not say to have this be the end-all be-all in your decision making, but it can be just another thing. What are the odds? How is he off the tee? How is he on strokes gained? Well, putting. Add these all together. Okay, what's his riser rating? What's his projection? What are we looking at value-wise? And you add it all together, and it's going to help you decide. Now, if you need more help, more specific help, our 2 pro coaches, Fancy Guru Drew and CG, welcome to the family, baby. CG will give out tiered player pools. He'll give out building blocks, which will be his favorite 2 or 3 people to put in a lineup to start your single entry. So if he said, I want Doc Redman, Rory Sabatini, and Patrick Reed, those are your building blocks for a single entry. You would take those 3, throw them into a lineup, and now you only have 3 more golfers to use off of CG's building blocks he gave you and his tiered rankings. And then whatever else he decides to create cheat sheet wise, and hopefully that helps you be successful. So there's a lot of stuff going over there inside Riserfall, patreon.com/Riserfall. I hope you give it a check. Come on in. Remember, today, Tuesday, or if you're watching this Monday night, late Monday night, if you happen to see it, you can get in. We'll give you a refund, so you have a couple days free access, and then Wednesday, it's normal billing cycle. All right. Gonna go be hubby, DFS and hubby. I will catch you tomorrow morning for my Fantasy Cruncher video, and I hope this kind of gets you going for the week. I hope you enjoy the free content. Remember, down below, that's all free. It's all for you. Projections and our Vegas and ratings system is right there for you. Give it a look, give it a try, and if you want to sign up, by all means, patreon.com/riseorfall. I will see you all on the inside. Together, we rise or fall. Take care, everybody.